Radio. That looks like it's working. We're fine. All right. This is just a really quick. I don't like the way my head looks. I need to like mirror that. It looks awful. Anyway, this is a really quick tutorial on how to make a graph using Excel, and it should be really easy. I'm going to use a paper planes example as an example. I'm sorry if you can hear background noise. I'm just in between classes at the moment. All right. So I'm going to start off with just putting some stuff down. So I'm going to have my trial number here. Trial number. And on the other side, I'm going to put the type of plane, just so I know where everything is. So type of plane. All right. So I've got trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, trial 4, and I've got an average. Okay. So in this particular example, I used a basic plane. I used a basic dart plane, and I used a stable plane. Okay, so I've got 3 different types of plane. I've got trial numbers, and I'm gonna make sure, like when I do my graph, I'm going to put meters in each of these, so I know that each of those is meters. So I've got my stable, I'm gonna go meters. I've got the average there, which is great. All right, let's just say our first one goes 1.2 meters. This goes 1.4. This one goes 2.2, and then this one goes 1.6. A basic dart went 8.2. This one went 8.0. This one went 6.0 or 6.9. Still good. And this one went 7.2. The stable one went 2.3. It went 3.2. It went 2.5. And it went 2.1. All right. So now I have some results. Now I can hopefully sum these together and then divide that by 4, and it should give me a result. Let's see if it'll do that for the rest of them. Cool. So it's giving me some averages. So just to show you how you do that again. So I've got my average number. I can go here underneath it, and I can press auto sum up the top here. So auto sum, and it takes those numbers and it puts them in a sum for me. So a sum is like addition, so we're going to add them all together. And then next to this little thingo, I can chuck a divide. So I can divide it by 4 because I have 4 trials. So when we're trying to find the average, we take the sum and we divide it by the number of trials, so 4. And I press enter. And it gives me an average of 1.6, which is really nice. Then I can use this little tool to bring it across. And it's going to do the same. If I were to do that, it takes these ones, and if I were to do that one, it takes those ones. So now I have this really nice graph that I can just chuck right into Excel. So I'm just going to open up a new Word document just to show you how that looks. Okay, so now I can just go like this. I can just copy that, and I can go to my Word document and paste it in, which is really nice. And I can just press this control button, and look at that. Beautiful. It's a really nice, nicely set out table. Now, how do I graph this? What I do is I go insert a column graph, because I'm going to do a column graph because I'm going to do the averages. Now, if you were doing a line graph, for example, you'd press probably a scatter plot like that, or you could even just use a line graph like that, like a 2D line, whichever one you want to use, whichever one's more appropriate. So you're going to have to be the boss of finding out what kind of graph you're going to need to use. But in this case, I'm just going to do the average for each one. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to add mine in. So my values, I'm going to go, so my first one can be, I want my series name to be the basic plane, and it's going to be this one. Okay, 1.6. I'm going to add another one. So my basic dart, and that's going to be equal to that one. And then I'm going to add one more, and it's going to be my stable, and I'm going to just click that there. All right, so now I have this really nice table. What can I do with this table now? So if I double click on it, it'll give me a whole bunch of options. Now up the top here, I can do a whole bunch of different things to make it look, I'm just gonna get rid of that for a second. I'm gonna make it look, I can make it look differently if I want to. Maybe I want a black one, maybe I want to have the numbers there. The main thing that we need in science is some accesses. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna click on this one here because it's really nice. Yeah, this works. Oh, trying to be like more. I kind of want there to be a space between these guys, if I can. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that one there. Actually, I'm not really happy with that one. No. I suppose it doesn't matter a whole... Actually, that's because I got it as that. Alright. But we want it like that. Alright, that gives us a bit... That gives us basically what we want. So, we can get rid of potentially that. That kind of still works. Oh yeah, here we go. So I've got the access titles. I want to add a title as well. So I'm just going to go chart title, and I want to put it above the chart. So now, on this side, I can go distance traveled, and I need to make sure I have my units, so meters. And on this side, I'm going to have my type of plane. Okay, and then we're going to have, as this one, we're going to have... Now, in this particular case, I can see which one's which because of the colors. There is other ways around this, but that's just one way to do it. So I'm going to go, my title's going to be like distance traveled by, average distance by each plane. Cool. So there's an example of that. Now, if I wanted to make this even easier for myself, I can just go that and then press Control and do it like this, and I can go Insert, and I can do 2D column, and there we go. We've got it there, ready to go. I can add my access label. I can get rid of a couple of these things if I want to. I might have to get rid of the M next to these ones just so it looks better. Yeah, so that'll update all of those, and I need to make sure I have my access titles for each of those, and I can go in, like double click on this, and I can go in and add a title as well because that's really important. All right, so and then like I can get rid of this as well. All right, so those are two ways you can go about making your graph. Just so like you got to keep in mind that the point of a graph is to show information that's in a table. So from here, I can just Control C this, so copy that, and in my results part of my document, I can just paste that right in. You beauty, done. Okay, so that's as easy as it has to be. It doesn't have to be much harder than that, and you're basically good to go from there. And because Excel and Word are on the same sort of schema of things, it makes it really easy. But yeah, that's a really quick tutorial about how to do it. I hope that helps.